welcome back to the great content. Well, we're back covering the floods. It's Town Underwater Part 2 by night. We'll be retracing some of the steps we took last week, looking at some of the locations, see how high the water is and how much higher it is, comparing the shots. We'll be venturing into town, having a look at some extra locations that we didn't have time to cover last week, and just seeing what's going on basically. So buckle up and get ready for Town Underwater Part 2.
Here we are back at the north end of Sydney Avenue. The river went down briefly over the weekend, it's come back up and it's much higher this time. Thought we'd do this at night. We were standing just there last time, so it's up about an extra 3 or 4 foot. I'm standing as close as I can to the place where I took the shot from last week. Yeah, the river's about 4 feet higher and the weir is just about here. Well, you can't see it because it's dark, but you couldn't see it anyway because there's just no weir. It's just flat, the river. Just standing on the Castlewalk footbridge, one of the stars of the bridges of Shrewsbury Part 1, looking on the River Severn, and at one of the Shrewsbury train station, also featured on bridges of Shrewsbury Part 1. Of course, we won't be able to get underneath them today, just a bit wet. Just looking down from the bottom of Howard's Bank by Royal Mail at the tunnel that joins Chester Street to Chester Street in the centre of Shrewsbury. Just give you a pan round here. This is the road to the north, Manchester, Warrington, etc. Let's go around Shrewsbury Station here. Take this road, eventually you'll get to London, Midlands, Hereford, etc. This way to Wales. I don't know if you can see, it's completely shut off, and I'll show you why. Follow me. And that's the river, you can hear it coming out of the road. As I said, it's about 50 feet that way. I can't get any further here. I'm just going to try and walk up Smithfield Road to Wales, but it's a little bit wet. Can't quite make it round, I have to go round. Shrewsbury bus station. And Ravens Meadows, very much underwater, as you can see. We were just down there. Like I said, I couldn't get down there because of the water. I tried to come around this way, couldn't get round because of the water, so I've had to go right round, come down this staircase at the back of the Pride Charles Darwin shopping centre. But it's a very nice panorama of the flooding situation at Ravens Meadows. Water everywhere. Only way out is up that stair. Ravens Meadow. From the other direction, we were just standing down there. Need a dinghy to get down there today. Usually a car park just to the left, and it's a road, little police station down there, all underwater. Shrewsbury, the new Venice, just less gondolas. King's Head just here in the foreground, to the right. Very old 1400s, 15th century timber frame pub. Not open today, not surprisingly. Cellars must be flooded. But last week we managed to walk up here to the Welsh Bridge. That's not going to happen today because the river's higher. High. King's Head Passage featured this last week. Let's have a look. Medieval shot. Whoa. Can't even get round the corner today. It is flood. Very dark.
We may have to change venue for tomorrow evening. Yeah.
Quite well in the distance. Welsh Bridge. We're now just standing on Smithfield Road. Just come from Martle, just on your right there. Can't even get to look if the Shrewsbury Hotel's open, but it's not actually. Not surprising. And here is the Welsh Bridge. Now, what a good series Bridges of Shrewsbury is and was. Feel free to check it out. Welsh Bridge featured in part 3. So do yourself a favour and watch some quality third-rate content. There we go. Welsh Bridge. Can you tell if the arch if it's higher up this week? It must be. Just down on Frankwell Quay, just by the Welsh Bridge. And once again, bad times for the Armoury and the Riverside, I think it's called. And Hickories. Yeah, bad times for these businesses. That way leads to the quarry if you were to swim down there. Looks like Channel 7 News are here. I'm third-rate content, and I'm covering Channel 7, covering the flood. Telephone house, car park, underwater from town walls. Getting with the other side of Telecom House now. St Julius Friars car park. As we saw, it's completely deluged. River just over here. Thumbs up for the flood. Not if your business or your home is affected by it though. I sincerely mean that. As I said, this is the road to London and the Midlands, closed due to flooding. The Abbey in the background there, closed. That's two routes into Shrewsbury gone. Don't park your car here. Going up Walcott there. And English Bridge behind me. We're going to have a look at that in a moment. Here we are on English Bridge, featured in Bridges of Shrewsbury Part 2. Let's have a look at the river though. And there's a height gauge. That says flipping high. This row of Georgian terraces just off the English Bridge is called Marine Terrace. And it really is living up to the name now. Front doors deluged with water. And I'll tell you something, 9 years ago I lived on that end one. Fortunately we were never flooded that bad. My goodness, I used to walk home from work down here. My house was right on the end, about 10 houses up, and the highest it came during the 3 years I lived there was up to the doorstep. Cellar got flooded, but nowhere near this high. This is like literally 5 feet higher. English Bridge, deluged. From the back of the parade, just getting the English Bridge there. Can't quite get the same view as last week because the terrace is shut because it's a shopping centre. You can just see the Abbey through there.
So that was third rate content, Town Underwater Part 2 by night. Before we get off, I just want to say my heart goes out to anybody whose life has been affected adversely by the floods. Their business, home, and in some cases life can be very negatively affected, so my heart goes out to you. On a plus note, I just want to say thanks for all the views, likes, subscribers over the last week for my previous video, Town Underwater. It means a huge amount to a tiny little channel like TRC. Don't forget, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and by all means do share. Third rate content signing out, and I'll see you real soon.